Before I teach you what I know about covert hypnosis, let me share with you a story. I was once asked to write a covert hypnosis course, but it turns out this man wanted to learn and teach how to pick up women in a covert way. And to be really clear, I'm not down for that. So we parted ways. And then there are covert operations used for sabotage, support for coups d'etats, or used for subversion. And that's not really my expertise. But covert hypnosis to make the world a better place, if it's done the right way. I know a tiny bit, and I'll share that with you now. And covert, if it's done the right way, tries to ensure the subject is unaware it is or could be taking place. And obtaining a covert response requires the subject to not respond with a yes or no. And if you have a sales background, it's a bit like that. You want as much information as possible, rather than a response of yes or no. I imagine someone in your position might store information in a file. I wonder if you know what airline you're flying with. I'm curious if you're allowed to tell me you've travelled through Asia. And then there is marking out specific words with pauses and breaks, known as analog marking. And you can use a deeper tone for command words or pausing briefly, before or afterwards, or touching the subject while command words are being said. And on a subconscious level, the client hears the marking of these words. But there is something much deeper than that. Asking a client to respond internally, in silence, with no questions asked at all, is known as embedded questions. And there should be no question mark at the end of the sentence. I'd like to know what work he did best. I'm not sure how I will find my way home. The client responds internally, silently, with no questions asked at all. The question is hidden in a statement. Do you know covert hypnosis can be our secret? I wonder what covert hypnotherapy is all about. Would you mind if I sat here listening to covert hypnotherapy? And once you know the subject is internally responding to your clever, embedded questions, you can respond with mind-reading technique. I can tell you are happy listening to this. I can tell you're concerned if you've made a good first impression. I know you came to this with a purpose. I know learning covert hypnosis is important to you. And if you happen to have to deal with authoritarians, embedded commands avoid issues with authoritarians. They avoid resistance. It's an NLP technique for planting a thought within the mind of another person, beneath the person's conscious awareness. Status can be earned. Clients find hypnosis adds value. And when you listen to covert hypnosis, you gain decades of experience. People who use this covert hypnosis program go on to buy my other products in bulk. And what people love about learning covert hypnosis is when to stop and just be normal. And isn't it wonderful to know you don't need to influence people in a covert way when you're trying to find a loving and caring relationship, or trying to sell something? There are so many wonderful normal sales techniques, NLP techniques available to you. And I don't know if your mother or father-in-law seem a bit authoritarian. You don't need to use thought-planting techniques on civilians, because you're perfect, just as you are.
Welcome to Aura.